Tulane football, 2-10 season last year, 0-5 start. Curtis Johnson, head coach of the Wave. Nice to be with you once again. You're coming off your first real off season. Had to be a little bit different for you this time around going into the season.
Well, absolutely. You know, we know the players. We kind of know what we're getting. We know that these kids have a capacity to learn a lot of football. One thing we knew from last year, that they're not going to quit. So just going in, I think we got to build some momentum, and I think that's what we're doing.
You got 18 starters coming back to this football team. Is the honeymoon over now? You've got to start showing some progress this year, don't you?
Absolutely. The honeymoon was over the first week. but you know what, though? You know, I like it like that. I like to have the pressure. You know, winning 2 games was very, very disappointing for us as a coaching staff and for our program. I think we'll be better in 2 games this year. We'll go out, we'll win some games, we'll play hard. We have some players that will come up and that people will begin to know their names.
We know you got Devin Powell there as a quarterback, but talk about Nick Montana. Obviously, he comes in as a transfer. The expectations from the Wave Nation's already there because he comes from a famous father, you know. But are the expectations too much for this young kid coming from JUCO to Division I?
You know what? I think Nick's going to compete. You know, you just got to love his competitiveness. He's accurate with the ball. He's picked up the offense. I like him. I like Devin. I also like Tanner Lee. But, you know, talking about Nick, I just think his professionalism, I think he loves to play the game. He's going to be fun to watch this year.
Is he your starter at the open day of camp practice?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
Is it a wide open race?
It is wide open. You know, you look at them, those guys are all smart. They all can throw the ball light years away. They big, they strong. You know, they just what you want. It's a great problem to have.
Yeah, Ryan Grant, great problem to have. Orleans Darkwa going to be healthy this year. Which player has the more difficult road to be better than 2013?
Well, I think Ryan Grant had a sensational season last year. I thought he was our lone consistent bright spot throughout the whole campaign last year. So it's going to be hard for him to be better. I'm looking for great things from my Orleans Darkwa. He's healthy, he's big, he's strong, he's physical, and he's fast.
And he was really good his first year with Tulane. And now this 3rd year with the team, you know, how much better does he have to be in terms of helping this offense mature around whichever quarterback's in there that's still going to be a young guy?
He's a stalwart. He's a mainstay in the lineup. He knows everything. He knows his protections. He runs, like I say, fast. He runs hard. So he'll be a consistent in the lineup.
The news this past week was that Trent Mackey found not guilty of armed robbery. We're thankful that he's going to have an opportunity maybe to play football, whether it be at Tulane or in the NFL. Can you see any situation where he's back on Tulane's team this 2013 season?
You know what? I'm happy for Trent. I'm happy that he's out of his trouble. You know, we have a long process. We got a long way to go, but I'm just happy that he's out, and then we'll talk about that later.
55 players from Louisiana. I mean, that's the most since 1998. When you came in here, you said that there's a lot of players in my own backyard. You know about this, having grown up in St. Charles. There's a lot of players locally on this football team by design, and with that come with more pressure?
You know what? I think what you get is you get guys who are going to play hard. They're willing to play through any circumstances. A hurricane doesn't bother them. They just keep playing. They used to that from high school. So you just wonder when the wind's going to come. But you love the guys from Louisiana. You just love those guys.
A lot of gumbo in that locker room this year. Somebody's got to be able to make it.
And red beans and rice.
And red beans and rice. TJ, appreciate you being with us, man. Tulane opened the season